Nick is here, my producer, the anchor baby, and he want to give us a white history moment. White history.
No.
It's white history month.
July is white history. Good morning.
Right on. Good morning.
Again.
Yeah. I love going around telling people it's White History Month.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Oh, so you went to a baseball game yesterday?
I did. I saw
Amazing.
the Angels play.
Did you go to baseball games in Canada?
I did. Yeah, I saw the Jays play a few times. The Blue Jays, the Toronto Blue Jays.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And so who won yesterday?
The Angels.
Who were you rooting for?
I became an Angels fan right there.
Oh, you did?
Not really, but it did end in the most exciting way possible. It was head to head, and then Angels were down 1, and the bases were loaded, and they knocked it out the park and took the win. It was a best case
said
scenario.
that baseball is the American game, right?
Mm-hmm. This is true. My first game in America.
Okay. All right, go
It
ahead.
was definitely fun. But I do want to give y'all a little white history moment. It's good to take these little moments. And I was struck by this excerpt from a speech by Samuel Adams. And you might know Samuel Adams. He's a founding father, American statesman. You might have learned about him. But this speech he did in front of the Continental Congress, because at the time, right, I'm just kind of set the stage a little bit. You know, America, they were British colonies, right?
Yeah.
We're aware of that. And they were deliberating about what we're going to do. We want to be independent, right? And so, you know, Samuel Adams was born at the time. It was called Massachusetts Bay, right? He's born in Boston, but Massachusetts Bay was the name of the British colony, right? And so, just to set it up a bit, America wants independence, right? That's the Declaration of Independence, July 4th, 1776, right? They put out the Declaration of Independence. We're going to be independent. We're going to be on our own, right? And what I found, this excerpt of his speech to the Continental Congress about why they need to be independent and why it's the only thing they need and the only thing they should do, the language just struck me a bit, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit, you know?
Okay.
And so this part here, he says about how we're now on this continent, to the astonishment of the world, 3 millions of souls united in one cause, right? There are instances, I would say, almost astonishing providence in our favor. Our success has staggered our enemies and almost given faith to infidels. So we may truly say it is not our own arm which has saved us, right? And it's just striking to like, you know, we know that those were men of faith and men of God, but it's real. It's real in those words that he's saying, that they did something like crazy. Like they're like, we're gonna go against Britain. Like this is like the most well-funded army, like the greatest navy in the world. Right? They went out colonizing the world, and they're gonna go against them. And they knew it was God on their side.
The greatest army at the time in the world.
The greatest navy, like they owned it.
Right
you
on.
know, they were like, we're gonna go against them, and they knew they could only do it with God.
Yeah.
And I just found that real deep, to see that men have no fear when they have God on their side.
Yep.
And how united the country was under this. And I'm like, man, I'm thinking about America. I'm like, wow, it's a shame to see the lack of unity. Like when I went this weekend, I went to go see this movie they did this like public movie at this cemetery. And this one part of the movie, the lady said, it's Dazed and Confused for people that may know this movie. The lady, the teacher in the movie.
They had a movie at a cemetery?
Yeah.
They showed a movie at it.
Right.
Like at a graveyard?
So we're all on top of their graves having a good time.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Were there dead
pretty
people
cool,
around?
I didn't notice.
Why a
beneath us.
graveyard?
I don't know. It was pretty cool. It's nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Did it smell?
No.
Graveyards stink.
Really?
Don't they normally stink?
I don't get that. I didn't smell anything.
Oh, you-
I think they take care of that stuff.
Oh.
They're underground, man.
But anyway.
And when the teacher in the movie,
Did you sit on graves?
yeah, we were on the graves. We were dancing and laughing on the graves of those before us.
Are you joking?
No, I don't think we were on the graves. It was just like a lawn. The graves were like a little bit farther down.
Oh.
And so the teacher in the movie was like, "Oh, remember when you're celebrating Independence Day, you're celebrating a bunch of white slave owners?" And everyone in the crowd was like, "Woo, yeah!" I was like, I shouldn't be shocked, but it's just
What
to like
evil,
to see
evil.
that and kind of like reading his speech. But anyways, he goes on about this and he says about the independence thing I was talking about. He's like, "We have no other alternative than independence. Or if we don't get independence, we're gonna have the most ignominious and galling servitude." Big fancy words, but basically, he knew it's like we've declared independence, and we show any weakness, they're gonna run all over us. And I'm thinking about, wow, where's the strength of those white people, right?
Yeah.
Capitulating to BLM and all that. They see your weakness, and that's why they go even harder.
Yeah,
and
it is. And that's why another reason that I can't believe that white Americans would just sit back and allow these evil communist socialist pigs to just take the country away from them. No, just Samuel Adams alone should be enough to make you want to stand up.
In fact, his final words should make white people and all people who love America at least really consider, because he's talking about, the adversaries of America. He's like, "Your adversaries are composed of wretches who laugh at the rights of humanity and who turn religion into derision," right? Into a joke. "And would for higher wages direct their swords against their leaders of their country," right? Those are the enemies we have today. And so he says, "Go on then in your generous enterprise with gratitude to heaven for past successes and confidence in the future. And if I have a wish, it is that these American states may never cease to be free and independent," right? It's like that's a thing to honor,
Amazing.
I like what we were talking about, what white history means, and I like Chris's answer about how, it's an appreciation of what was given before us, and
Absolutely.
fighting for it is the greatest appreciation you can
That's
have.
why we acknowledge July as White History Month, to reflect and have an appreciation for men like Samuel Adams and others who have sacrificed. I mean, they gave a lot so that we can live in a free society, a free country. And to just give it over to the evildoers, it ain't right.
Yeah.
A man ain't safe in a woman's world no more. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, Nick. Samuel Adams. Appreciate it. His speech was done August 1st, 1776. Thank you, Nick. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Jesse Lee Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.